Imagine a land where the air is thick with despair, a place where the echoes of laughter have been replaced with the cries of mourning. This is the grim reality of Gaza today. But how did we get here? Let's take a step back in time to the moment when the International Court of Justice, or ICJ, made a groundbreaking decision. This landmark ruling by the ICJ held the Israeli government potentially accountable for acts of genocide, a term heavy with historical significance and deep repercussions. It was South Africa who spearheaded this legal crusade, drawing parallels between the suffering of Palestinians and the black majority during the apartheid era. The ICJ gave orders to Israel to put a stop to further acts of genocide. Despite the ICJ's historic judgment, the situation in Gaza remained grim. The Israeli forces, unsympathetic to the International Court's directive, have been allegedly involved in the death of no less than 874 Palestinians and causing injuries to around 1,490 following the verdict. The gruesome incidents have been countless, from the unearthing of a mass burial site concealing 30 executed bodies, to the spine-chilling narrative of a family mercilessly gunned down in front of a 6-year-old girl. In a shocking turn of events, Israeli soldiers masquerading as medical personnel penetrated a hospital, causing an international uproar. The crisis has escalated to such a level that the entire population of Gaza is now experiencing severe hardship. The increasing number of orphaned children, rising famine conditions, and widespread devastation are raising alarms worldwide. Even amidst these alarming developments, US officials and lawmakers, including Senator John Fetterman, stood firm in their support for Israel. Financial aid to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East, commonly known as UNRWA, has been put on hold due to unconfirmed accusations, a decision that has intensified the severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Israeli officials, exhibiting no signs of remorse or readiness for change, have advocated for the settlement of Gaza and the perpetuation of military dominion over the area. This has provoked attempts to curtail humanitarian assistance and obstruct the passage of aid trucks into Gaza, intensifying the hardship of its besieged inhabitants. Behind these numbers are human lives, stories cut short, and families left to mourn. They signify the terror experienced by a 6-year-old girl who witnessed her family's murder. They reveal the hospital staff toiling under the looming threat of execution. They reflect the apprehension and uncertainty faced by thousands of Palestinians. As we recap, we've revisited the ICJ's mandate to Israel to halt further genocide, the following atrocities committed by Israeli forces, the ongoing support of US officials for Israel despite these atrocities, and the severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Gaza situation is an intricate and deeply disturbing matter. Nonetheless, it commands our attention. At its core, it's about people, their right to live in security and respect, and our shared duty to guarantee these rights are respected. As we draw to a close, let's remember that the power to effect change lies not only in courts and governments, but also in each of us. The Gaza tale is still unfolding, and we all have a part to play in its next episode. Beyond the individual, it is crucial to recognize the role the international community must play in this crisis. As we've seen, unilateral actions have only perpetuated suffering and discord. It is the collective voice of nations through bodies like the United Nations that can bring about change. These international bodies can apply pressure, impose sanctions, and provide much-needed humanitarian aid. But their course of action is influenced by the will of their member states and, by extension, their citizens. The international community must step up to ensure the rights and safety of the people of Gaza. Your voice, your vote, your activism can shape the actions of these bodies. Remember, humanity's strength lies in its unity. The future of Gaza hangs in the balance. It faces several potential outcomes, each dictated by the actions we choose to take today. If left to its own devices, the cycle of violence may only deepen, causing further devastation. However, with the intervention and support of the international community, a different outcome becomes possible. Peace talks and negotiations could pave the way for a resolution that respects the rights and dignity of all parties involved. The path ahead is uncertain, but with international support and intervention, there is hope for a peaceful resolution. Remember, the future of Gaza is not an abstract concept. It is a reality that will be lived by millions. Your actions today can influence their tomorrow.